Hello, Ed Moses here. It wasn't so long ago, I was sitting thinking to myself, what is my reason for being here? What exactly is the reason I'm supposed to be here on this earth, this planet? What is the strategy behind my existence? And you know, that was something that was really dwelling on my mind for quite some time, because you know, I had been working hard trying to get to become a better entrepreneur, better perspective on myself and my goals. And as you know, when it comes to goals, your why is a very, very huge reason for even achieving or making goals at that. And so anyway, the story goes, I was trying to figure this out, and you know, I had all these things playing around in my mind, and what happened was I came up with a strategy that actually kind of pulled it from me. It actually kind of made me realize how to come about finding that why in me. So anyway, to make a long story short on that, I had just finished meditating, and I like to meditate because it frees my mind up. It helps kind of relieve the stress that you know, happens throughout the day. And so I was just kind of cleaning house, trying to get myself in between what I call the gap, and trying to get to my creative side. So during this meditation, not a whole lot happened, but I did, you know, come to a nice, calm feeling. And after I came out of meditating, I immediately realized, well, I need to sweep around the house. So I started sweeping around the house, and at the same time, this question kept playing through my head: what's my why? What's my why? What is it really? And well, it was the strangest thing. I started to think about way back when I had this job, and something had happened where I got laid off from this job, and wasn't shortly thereafter I started to be depressed about this. And what had happened was it was the strangest thing. I kept saying to myself, I need to feel needed. I don't feel needed right now. And while I was sweeping, that kept playing through my head, and it started to come to me that, hey, the reason that I'm here, my why is actually because I need to feel needed. I have this feeling to want to help people, and in the process of helping people, I get this warm, fuzzy feeling of being needed. So anyway, now you know my why, and now let me do a 360 here and kind of get you back to what I did to actually start to pry this from myself, to actually come up with the solution as to the meaning of my why for being here. And I think this could very well help you find your why if you haven't already. First thing I did was, and you may want to write this down, first thing I did was I asked myself, so when I took my first job, what was going through my head? Why did I take that job? You know, the reason, was it to help me? Was it to help somebody else? Did I enjoy that job? What did I like about that job? When I left that job, why did I leave? So I had a series of questions there, and not just the first job, then I did it with like other jobs too, where I wrote all this down from all these jobs that I had. And so basically I had these negatives and I had these positives, the things I like about my job, the things I didn't like about my job. And then I asked myself, look way back to as young as you could possibly remember, the first time you helped somebody with something. I mean, I don't care what it was, whether it was helping them move from a house to another, whether you're a little kid and you were helping mom with the dishes, or dad with the dishes, or you know, whatever, you know, just that first time in your life where you experienced helping somebody. How did that make you feel? What was the reason you helped them? When you got done helping them, how did you feel? All these questions started to, you know, pile up, and so I wrote these down. Other times I help people with things. How did that make me feel? What was going through my head at the time? The reason I wanted to help them, when I was done helping them, how did that make me feel? I mean, everyone's answers are going to be different, and the things you help people with are going to be different than the things I help people with. And then some other things that I started to jot down, I had questions for, and I'm trying to remember what they all were right now. You know, some things that, like what excites you. I mean, think about the things in life that really excite you. What motivates you? Why does that motivate you? You know, I mean, this doesn't have to be job related or helping people related, just things that excite you and motivate you. The things that keep you moving, that drive you to want to make accomplishments. You know, like in that area, for me, it's running. I love to run. I love to play guitar. I mean, things like that. That stuff drives me. I love music. So, you know, think about things like that. Write all that down. You know, everything, you know, that I said about the job thing, everything I said about the helping people thing, and just, you know, on things that drive you. Now, when you're done with that, take and write like 3 columns. The first column is basically what drives you. What are you passionate about? Put it the passionate column. The second column is the things that you're compassionate about. And please, these are different. Passion is something that drives you. It doesn't necessarily have to help somebody else or be of help to anybody but maybe just yourself. Compassion is of course something that does help other people. It's something that drives you to want to help somebody and see it all the way through. And then you've got this third column, which I just it's a generic column of things I just like to do. It doesn't really help or hurt anybody. And hopefully, you know, in all 3 of these columns, nothing hurts anybody. If it does, it doesn't belong there. It should be on your negatives. And of course, the negatives, we don't really want to deal with those because those aren't any driving force behind your why. Those are actually your why nots, I guess. You know, we don't want to concern ourselves too much with those because we've basically weeded those out as those definitely aren't your reason for why. So anyway, so now you've driven through and you've looked at these. Now compare some of this stuff and look for the similarities. What's similar about these 3 columns? Is there anything similar about them? And now when you think about the similarity, like with me, you know, it was the feeling of being needed. Now even after a relationship, it was like, wow, I don't feel needed anymore. You know, I mean, I wasn't I'm not a desperate person. I didn't like run out and try to find somebody again, but it was like, okay, I don't really feel needed anymore. It was kind of depressing. You know, just like after that job, after that, I don't feel needed. So, you know, a lot of my columns when I got done, you know, it's some underlying little reason behind it that you may not catch it just like that. It's there, but you won't catch it. You know, so study it, compare it. You may not find it right away. Maybe it'll take you a week, might take you 2 weeks, might take you a month. But what I'm saying is, you know, write this stuff down, think about it, and then compare it, and start to see what the commonalities are. You know, you should see some commonality somewhere, and then look at the underlying reason behind those. And it'll give you an idea that, like for me, what came up, and it'll be like, okay, oh wow. And then when you feel it, the compassionate side particularly, because this is really the heart of it all, is what I feel is the heart of it all, is the compassionate side. Because when you feel and you finally find that why, guess what? You're going to feel it right here, right there. You're going to feel it in your heart. I know when I found it, I was sweeping the floor, like I said, and I was like, I started to get tears in my eyes, like, I found it. That's my why. I finally realized my why, and I felt so strongly about it, and I could feel that was exactly it. I know a lot of people say their whys are their family, you know, their children, things of that nature, and those are great whys, you know. But go through this and figure out what your why is. If you think you already know your why, well, do this anyway and just see what you come up with. And what I think it'll do for you, and I know it'll do for you because it's done it for me, is it will help you realize exactly the direction you should be going. You know, with me, it's like, okay, I realize I have this need to feel needed. And because I know that now, what it's done for me was it's like, okay, now I know that I have this goal of wanting to help people. My vision is to help people. And by helping people and knowing that they need me and my help is useful to them, it is very satisfying. It really is satisfying, and it helps answer my why. It quenches my thirst in that why area. So anyway, just a little something to think about, and you know, really do this. If you don't know your why, really do this. Take the time, sit down, write this stuff out, and give it some thought. At some point or another, you're going to be able to have access to these questions, you know, if you didn't write it down while I was talking, and it'll give you more of a, you know, a fuller glance at what I just said. So, but anyway, I enjoyed making this video, and really hope that this can help you in some way, because it really woke me up when I was able to figure this out for myself, and it's really the driving force why I do what I do now. So have a great day, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.